Hello, all you space engineers out there. Commander Kingfish here, and it is day 42 here on our mission to build a moon base. And I've been trying to get some layout on this platform, this fueling platform for the larger ships. And I've been having a bit of a designer block, or whatever you want to call it, trying to get stuff laid out. I've kind of come up with some stuff. Not totally satisfied with what I've got so far, but we'll see how this all turns out. In the last episode, we managed to finish up. We managed to finish up this base defense right here, along with the walkway, and then we put this new base defense in over here. So we've got this looking pretty good. And then, of course, we will be back over here to do a lot more work on this side. What I'm trying to do is get this other side all done, which includes the fueling stations. And so I still got a lot of work to do on this one. This will be the next one I tackle, as well as trying to get some more base defenses in and around. But today I wanted to truly try to get this mostly done, or at least somewhat partially done. And so I'm starting to put some stuff around, like freight crates. I've got some spotlights that I'm going to put in. I've got numbers and lights, rotating lights. I've got like a little office, so when the ships come in, this is kind of like the fueling master. He'll be here and coordinating, taking payments from the ships, stuff like that. His assistant will be here. I still got to put a light in here. Matter of fact, let me do that before I forget. Let's do this. Let's go 7, and I want this light. I think I can put it right there. We'll put it like that. What color do we want it? I think we want it to be red. We'll do that. And put that right there like that. Just so I don't forget to put a light in here. We'll paint that. I'll come back and make the adjustments on it. I've got a lot of adjustments to do out here. But I've got numbers. I've also put a walkway in coming down through here, so you get down off the platform if need be. I've used some of the scaffolding, and I'm not sure I'm completely sold on that, but we'll see how that all turns out. It was kind of hard to put my normal blocks in. Now, I probably could have put a row of blocks in around, but then I would have ended up being, not being able to do that. But that might be what I ultimately do, is just put a row of blocks in, and then I'll have the support off of there that I'll be able to put in for these different catwalks coming down through here. All right, let's go back up top side. The other thing I've been kind of struggling with, I've got this connector, and this is for larger ships that have their connectors at the back that they would either pull in and back into the connector, or pull in facing the connector if their connector is on the front. And then this connector is for ships like that one there, which we'll move over at some point and connect it up to here to see how that's going to look. But that's for connectors that have their ships that have connectors in the middle or the bottom of their large ships. So that's what I have going right now. So let me go ahead and finish at least building out what I have done, and then we'll see how that looks and see if we like it. See if it's going to need some changes. Again, I've been kind of struggling a little bit. I would like to be able to maybe put some catwalks going up and around, and I just got to figure out how I want to do that. But I think I got to have a ship parked over here first to see what that kind of looks like. And that's why I may end up moving that ship over. Who knows? Maybe since we are a more of a galactic travel plaza as opposed to any kind of base per se, maybe we'll get some ships coming in and stopping in for fuel. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. Anyway, let me go ahead and get started building away here. And once I get this stuff done out to here, I'll catch back up with you. Well, I've got everything built at this point, and if we take a look, I'm gonna have, I know I'm gonna have to add more stuff over here. I've got the lights all painted. I changed some of the colors so that it's not all yellow, so we've got the yellow highlights around with the rails. I did get this all done over here, the walkway or the catway coming down. It looks fine from here. I'm just a little skeptical, or not sure I fully like the bracing, but it's hard because the bracing won't attach along those stairs, and then these catwalks, in order to get the stairs around the post going up, I had to, put a catwalk out there. So I'm going to keep an eye on this and just decide on if I want to change this up. Again, I might put blocks across there to see how that looks. Maybe I put a block with an angle block there just to kind of get that where it might look a little more structured, and then maybe just do that on all the corners going around just to see how that looks. I was going to put round corners on these, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure I'm going to end up doing that. Maybe on a couple of these. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And so I'm not sure what else I want to put in here. I think I'm going to have to get a ship over here just to kind of see how things look. I do have to get these lights set up and get these changed color so that they show up a little bit more. They're emissive, so I'm not sure how well they will show up once the sun goes down. And so let's just see if we can, let's do this just out of curiosity. What if we make these numbers yellow? They certainly stand out a little bit better. Those might work. And then that might stand out when the sun goes down. So let's see what's next. I am going to kind of leave this as is, and then maybe we head over here and start getting a little more done over on here. Like, I can at least get the rails in. I'm going to need to put a catwalk going down just like I did on the other one. And do I want to put it down on this side? Maybe over here going down. Maybe actually on both sides. That might be the best. Put one on this side going down and one on the other side. So the whole problem that we're going to face here again will be how the supports look. So we'll see how that all ends up looking here once we get the rails and stuff in. I already have laid down the numbers, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's at least get these numbers. There we go. Let's get the parts for these, and that'll get this in here, and we can kind of see how this will start. Each one of these ports needed a number. So let's go grab the stuff for that and see how they look. And then I'll have to start deciding what to do here. I got some big ideas for this, but once it starts getting down to this finer detail stuff, I tend to start getting writer's block or designer's block, however you want to call it. And so we'll see. So let's paint those numbers. And that should already be set. I do think that yellow is going to work okay on the numbers. But I don't think there's anything I can do to adjust the brightness on those. But I did want to have numbers on each of these ports. All right, well, I need to get some energy. And so let me go grab that. And then I'll get back to doing some more designing here on the base.
Energy critical.
Well, I've got some stuff done over here on the first fueling platform. I wanted to show you what these lights look like. I went ahead and changed the rotating lights so that they're not putting everybody into an epileptic fit. So if we kind of come up and you kind of look down, let's turn my light off. You can see your numbers there on the platform as you're coming in. And if we come out here, we should be able to see the same thing. So there's number 4, and then this is number 5. So you would know which ship or which docking port you're supposed to come into. Now, I've got to decide on how I want to do these spotlights. I'm not sure. I've got those set up there. I'm just not sure how well I like those facing that way. I might change that up a little bit. I might put these more on a pedestal and then have them facing down, look at the platform. And that might look a little bit better. So I'll make that adjustment on one of them before we get done today, and then we'll see what we got done. So I've also got another Fuel Masters. We can turn this light back on. I got another Fuel Masters office getting set up here. So let me get this done and we'll get the rails in and around. The other thing I've got to start on is the catwalks going down, or the stairs going down to the ground. So let me try to get that stuff done, and we'll see where we're at. Well, I've kind of got this one catwalk in on this side. What I'm ending up doing, it might provide, or it might create a problem on how I build the other side. Excuse me. But in order to get the structure down and get these stairs to attach, I pretty much had to put some sort of scaffolding structure coming down to give it some support. And so I put that in along through here, and you can kind of see these are going to remain undone. I'll leave those just as they are. And then I got my angled support under each of the flat catwalks. So I think this will look pretty good once I get the catwalks all built out. I did get the fueling station, the master fueler station, all done in here. And so I think this looks pretty good. We got a consignment drone flying around out there. So a lot more activity in the skies around here now. So we're going to kind of see what ends up happening. I don't know if the pirates will get here or not. Since that first day that after the new update, I saw that pirate drone, which prompted the defenses to go in. And then I haven't seen a pirate drone since then. So let me get that catwalk done, And I also want to go down there and adjust those spotlights and see how those look. I also changed these spotlights up, or these rotating lights, so that they don't look quite so, or they're not going to give you an epileptic fit anyway, that's for sure. All right, so let me get that catwalk done. And I still got to get more rails in and around here, so let me get those in, and then and a spotlight, and we'll see how things look and how much time we have left at that point. Okay, well, I got the catwalks all done over here, and I think they look pretty good. So I like the contrast on it, and I think that's going to work. And so I just got to put them in on the other side. The other thing that I did get done, and I think I'm going to like it. We'll see as I get more stuff in and around down here. But I raised those spotlights, and so they should be shining down pretty close to the angle. Might be just a little high. I'm not sure, but I think that they should be hitting somewhere down here on the platform on either side, so it should light up this area right here. And so I raised them up and flipped them around, and then I put cables going up, power cables to them, so it looks like they've got power. And then I may or may not finish these things. I'm kind of like them undone like that. And also, I think that what that's going to do is allow me to figure out some sort of catwalks up and around. Maybe a catwalk in between here and here somehow. And then those catwalks will run out alongside the ship as it is sitting there in port. So we'll see how that all turns out. All right, so let's see what's next. Let me see if I can get the other catwalk in on the other side and the rails in, and that probably will be just about do it for today. So we're getting close. We're getting some stuff done around here and getting this to look more like a base / travel oasis, where they can get fuel and stuff like that. So, a travel plaza. So let me go ahead and get those rails up and work on that other catwalk going down, stairs going down onto this side, and I'll catch back up with you here in just a little bit. Well, I think this is going to wrap things up for today. I think I got quite a bit done, even though I was having some designer blocks. I think I finally come up with some stuff that I like. So on this landing platform, fueling platform, I've got the spotlights in, I got the numbers in, I got the rotating lights, I got the fuel master's office in, so that's all in over here. I also got the catwalks, the stairs going down off the platform, and this side was a little bit of a challenge, but I think I like the way the scaffolding looks along the edge, the unfinished blocks, and these will probably get carried out to the end as I get a little farther along on building this stuff out on this side. And then if we go over to the other side, this scaffolding block was actually a little bit easier, mainly because I had this wall complete. So I was able just to run the stairs down just the way I like to do it, and then put my angled blocks in there for support. So I'm really happy the way this side came out. And this was a lot easier than the other side, trying to get that figured out. So we got this done. Again, I got the numbers and rotating lights in on here. And if we walk down to the other platform, and I still am not done down here, but we did get, again, we got the Fuel Master's cabin or office in, and we got the numbers and the rotating lights. I've got the spotlights in down here. So I think this is also making this look a lot better because it actually makes it look like it has more support now. And I think I'm going to be able to maybe set up some sort of catwalk system off of here so that when these ships come in, you'll have catwalks or kind of a docking area. So I've got to still work on that. I also got this stairwell in, although I'm not, the stairwell itself I'm happy with. It's the support, and I may end up changing this up to look more like what I did on those other catwalks, because I just not real happy with the way this support looks down through here. It just kind of looks odd, like they're still just kind of hanging there. So I think I will work some more on this here. I think that's what we got done today. It may not seem like a lot, but it's got things kind of heading in the right direction that I think in the next episode we should be able to finish this up and maybe move that ship down, or who knows, maybe another freighter will come in that needs fuel. They'll come in for this. And the other thing I want to do before we depart, let's do this real quick. We're going to make the sun go down, and so let's do this real quick. Oh, we want, this is what we want. I wanted to see how these spotlights look down and on here, and it does, it really lights things up. This one's kind of heading off. I might have to put another one in, but I got to be careful because I can't block the entrance into these docking bays, and I might have done that on this one right here. So I might have to change this up just a little bit. I might just move this down one slot. So it might be easier just to move this down, and then this will leave kind of a docking bay right down here with that spotlight. And then maybe I can set up another spotlight maybe kind of in the center right here, which will kind of continue to light this area up. So I think that looks pretty good. All right, well, I think that's going to about wrap things up. All right, all you space engineers out there, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. It really does help out the video. And please subscribe. That will really help out the channel. Okay, space engineers, keep your heads low, keep building away, and don't get shot. And with that, Commander Kingfish is out of here, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.